Hey guys, what's been up? This is XF here, and I just thought about doing another one of my shoutcasts. This time I came back to StarCraft. So it's been a long period since I haven't played it because frankly after the beta I didn't have the money to buy it. But now things have turned out great and it seems like I'm back on track. Or so it seems, because I really suck. I'm playing on the European servers if anybody is interested, and this is me. This is the Cheezor. Actually, the name means cheese or get the fuck out. For those of you who do not know what cheese is, you'd better learn, you better find out, because it's pretty darn important when you're playing StarCraft 2. Alright now, so let's get ahead and let me make the introductions. I hope I'll be making this game as educational as possible. This is the map High Orbit. It's a 2v2 map. And my partner here, Vince Industry, a pretty neat Canadian guy that I met. Yeah, I know, it's funny, he's Canadian but he's playing on the European servers, so a pretty long story there. So I'll be playing with my Zerg pal here, Vince Industry. I'll be spawning as the purple Terran up here on the upper left corner, right corner that is, as Terran. I am playing random, still haven't decided on which exactly. So I'm doing a normal 12 racks opening with refinery to get my gas on, and our opponents, Stoff guy, if he's a German, so Stoff guy, Terran, and Bronzo, the red Terran right here in the bottom left corner of the map. They will be blocking their ramp in, which I don't necessarily like on this map, considering the fact that you do have these destructible rocks down here at this point. And oh, let me just go ahead and switch to just resources, exactly. And also getting an expansion is pretty darn hard. So my pal here he's already got his thing down, and what is he waiting for? I think he's just morphing in some Zerglings right now. Also, I opted to go for a normal racks build, 2 racks with, I don't know, I think I'll be going into a factory right away or something like that. I do have to mention that my mouse button is pretty much fucked up, and it's, oh no, I'm not going into that. I'm doing double reactor because I saw the fact that these guys were already walled in and had a bunch of barracks, so we both thought that maybe this is going to be a cheese play of some sort. Now obviously, if we look at the unit counting station, these two guys were practically macroing up, while me and my partner, and especially me, we were low on resources. Good thing that I had my meal here, but other than that there was not much going on in our bases. Alright now, so some of you have been asking this question a lot. What do I do against a walling in Terran, or against a turtling Terran, or something like that? Well, this matchup will pretty much show exactly how that works out. For example, I decided to wall off as well because I was pretty darn sure that they were going to come in and attack us. My friend was going a lot of Zerglings, but they were worthless since they were basically, you know, is this the correct speed? I think it is. Yeah, it's the right speed. Yeah, right. So my mate here was going for banelings because, you know, barracks and bunkers and depots, supply depots, that's the best way to go. Alright, so I do decide to get some extra barracks since I had some extra minerals, and go for a level 1 weapons upgrade on my marines. As you can see, I was going pretty much full in with reactors and such. And if we go back to the resources, yeah, exactly, we're just now starting to, you know, come up on the economy on these guys. So already we have a pretty sizable force, and they are already going for a fast tank. Bronzo is going for a fast tank tech, getting that much needed siege tank mode. and our friend here is just barely getting his factory. You know, they're alternating a bit their builds so that oh yes, and that's me pinging the map, telling my friend to attack. Actually, we are doing this over Skype because I really hate playing 2v2s or other team games without Skype or TeamSpeak or something like that. It's pretty darn annoying. Unfortunately, he saw that we were coming. He's seen everything that we had, so it was pretty darn stupid of us of not taking the tower at first. But also stupid of them is the fact that Bronzo has siege tech and he isn't laying the tanks in siege mode. That is going to cost them basically all of their units just about now. So basically I was just going to get my stem and shields up first, because I said that I cannot do a proper marine attack without them, although I am going to try. Look at that, 3 tanks and none of them are in siege mode. That is just bad macro or micro from our player right here. So basically he just runs in his these banelings like that, and it's not necessarily something new. What am I doing here? I'm sniping all of the tanks and then the units, and now barely just going back, and sadly I forgot to snipe the tank, which I think we do manage. We do manage, don't we? Yeah, I guess so. Why does the game seem so slow? It doesn't matter, it just seems to me right now. I guess it's you get more adrenaline when you're playing it. This is like Silver League or something like that, so we're not, professional players. If you look at our APM, where's the APM? There it is. We are barely hanging on to 60 or 80 APM. So this first attack wasn't such a big, loss for us. If we look at the units lost, I think we are a bit ahead. Yeah, we're like 200 or 300 minerals ahead. But things are going to change because of the fact that I was just going on with my marines that had stim right now and also had the combat shields. A big improvement. Also my friend here decided to double expand, since he was playing one base Zerg with banelings, and that is a pretty it's a pretty bad decision. When you're playing Zerg and you're one base and you're going for a layer, yeah, you really need to get that expand. Fortunately for us, what we did succeed in doing is we kept them inside. We kept them at all times afraid of doing anything. So let's just look at the units right now. Army size. We do have more units, so to say, but these tanks of theirs, they are just brutal. Look at that. This is a big mistake that we're making right now. Don't do this if you are playing. We split up our forces and he decides to go in and I decide to follow with a quick stim, but that has just no effect. If we look now at the units lost, and if my mouse lets me, now we are behind. Now we're like freaking, I don't know, 2,000 minerals or something like that, both of us together. So they have to be feeling pretty confident right now. And look at this, we had almost nothing in our bases. So if these two guys decided to push at this 12-minute mark right now, we would have been fucked beyond any recognition, foobar all over the place. But they just decided to huddle up and macro up some more. Okay, then we'll macro up some more as well. Let's just go to the resources. As you can see, we are both really behind. My partner just starting now to get his economy up a bit. And I said, fuck that. We need to expand. I need to expand. And I was just going to start the rocks down and get the gold right here. So they are slowly and surely, like the Terrans usually like to do, they are pulling out. They are, usually it's pretty hard to handle such a Terran, because most of the time he just leapfrogs his tanks one at a time until he gets near to your base. So we basically scout out this position, and I managed to run in how many? Eight Marines. Stim the map really fast. This is basically just like a drop, but the difference is that I didn't use medevac. It's just as effective. So I actually denied this expansion for him right here. Bit of shoot and click, shoot and go micro stuff for me. Okay, let's look back at the APM. My friend is starting to go up a bit on the APM, especially because of the fact that he needs to micro up a bit. There was actually a thread on the European forums on Battle.net about the APM, and about, you know, somebody was complaining that he was playing in Terran, and he was basically complaining about a number of things that he needs to take into consideration when playing this game as Terran, because he needs to micro his mules, he needs to micro his troops, his rally points. It's the fact that all of these buildings, they have different different units, and if you just select all of your all of your production facilities all in one control group, then you'll have a pretty darn bad time figuring out which one and how to produce. So he was basically saying that Terran requires the most APM and such. Okay, so until now we don't see anything that interesting in this game. This is kind of a warm-up commentary for me. Oh, damn, I missed it. So it seems my opponent here, our opponent here, did a drop on us, and I decided to stim in and just take out two medivacs and those weapons, those units. Darn, my neck is all. So I see him going for these destructible rocks right here. I ping the map, and my friend does go in to save me, but I am too big of an asshole to actually come in and help him as well. So my rocks go down, and at that point, what do? I don't actually think I do anything. Yeah, I just take all of my units and go for a counterattack. Yeah, that's just crazy, how crazy I am. Let me just take a sip of my drink here, because I cannot go on like this.